Beautiful day today in the hills. But you can see in my garden, I weeded yesterday. I'm just going to make sure that I put some more mulch on. I'm actually using this product over here, Active Grow Smart Mulch. I just find that it really helps with water, especially in our vegetables. And you can see just in this rocket bed, it's pretty good now, free of weeds, but they'll all come back really fast if I don't mulch. So that's what I'm going to do today. I also wanted to plant some natives out the front, so I'm going to do both. But you can see the beds overall, they're relatively weed free. They're not 100% at all. And even overnight I can see so much has come up. For some reason this bed is the best. It must have just been the soil that we had originally. And the garlic over here, it's not doing too bad. I didn't have to weed very much of that. But some of these other beds, they're constant. You can see we've started to get mandarins on our tree, all of our citrus. We've only got 3 trees, but they are dropping fruit. So I'll probably pick some of those up as well. You can see as well on this garden bed that I do actually have quite a lot of different mulch on there, manure already. So it's not that these beds are void of that. It's just I find once the plants start to get really healthy, they need a little bit more, and this just helps keep the plants warm through winter. It gets rid of quite a lot more of the weeds. And we live in the hills in Western Australia where it's quite dry. We do get a lot of rain though at different times, and so this is just so effective. And you can see the other mulch that we have sort of existing, the one that we started off the beds with, it rots down quite a lot and kind of gets dense, whereas the straw will make it really nice and light for the plants so that they've got something. It dries out quicker after it's been raining. And it still suppresses the weeds, and the other stuff suppresses weeds really well, but the straw just helps the plants, especially these leafy plants. They don't get sort of bogged down in the mulch. And I'm using this straw mulch because in Western Australia we have really strict biosecurity laws. I've used sugarcane mulch before, but at the moment I just don't seem to be able to find it unless it's grown here in WA, which is rare. But if you can get sugarcane mulch, it's so much better. It smells lovely. This smells nice, it smells fresh, and you know you have to be careful still. Obviously there's the health warnings about particles, but when you put the sugarcane mulch on, it's just got this lovely smell compared to this. And you can see this is kind of almost like a chaff. It's just so effective on the plants. So I'll keep going. This is interesting as well with the garlic. Our garlic has probably been it went in the end of March. A lot of gardeners will say, like in this country anyway, to put your garlic in before St. Patrick's Day. So as the cut-off, and some people will say like April, something like that. Which I did, so mine got in at a nice time. But you can see how even just after a month, they've already started to double sprout, and so on top, they'll continue to get a few more sprouts as they grow larger. But this is the perfect time to mulch them now. Once they've all shot through, mine were grown from cloves. They weren't pre-grown. You can buy them now where they've already shot leaves. But I find that that's a little bit more expensive. So if you buy them from the clove, wait until they're about this size, because you can see down there the stalk to be showing, so that when you put any mulch on, they're nice and strong and stable. It's not going to wither. So each plant is different and each location is different, but that's what I find works for me, because these won't be getting harvested until about November. It's a long time to grow garlic. But just wait until you see the stem and that it's a little bit strong. You know, some people will just wait until they start to see the little shoot, but if you put too much mulch on too soon, what happens is the cloves just rot before they've grown. So I like to wait. This is about a month. So in your location, if you wait a month. I finished all my mulching. And as you can see, all the beds, they're all done. That look beautiful. I love it when the straw goes on. Obviously the green pops. But I just wanted to talk as well about, you can still see little gaps where I haven't put mulch on there, and I've still got about a third of the bag, quite a lot. But part of that is because in a few more months I'll be adding more as this layer just settles down. But also, you don't want all your plants getting surrounded by too much mulch, because like it's winter here at the moment, everything will just get soggy, everything could start to rot. What I like to do, like after I've done the straw, or if you get sugarcane mulch, whatever you're using, this is basically just chaff. Just make sure that your leaves are up. Usually it's one of the reasons that I go so slow when I'm mulching. I don't go fast. I just like everything to be healthy and happy, and just take my time making sure it's all being done properly, because there's nothing worse than you're planting all of these plants, you don't want them to die. But if you just give everything a little bit of room, they won't get mold, they won't get fungus, they'll be nice and strong and healthy. So more isn't always better, less is better if you can do less. And just go through everything, double check that especially the initial stem, has a bit of room. Some plants like this watercress, they grow differently obviously to others, but you just need a little bit of space and a little bit of room with each plant so that it has room to breathe. The mulch is going to do its job. You don't want everything right up around it. But yeah, these plants are only, again, a month. I've had them in for about a month, 5 weeks, and we're already pretty much harvesting every day. But yeah, I think it looks really, really nice. Maggie. Cookie. Hello. Hello. You're helping Mummy in the garden? You're helping me in the garden? Hello, beautiful girl. Hello, beautiful girl. It's a bit hot. Well done. You're nice and warm? Well done. You're doing some exploring? Well done.